Procrastination is a spiritual problem, and here's the cure. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because your soul is weak. You don't wake up lazy, you wake up disconnected. The alarm rings, you know what you should do, and yet your body feels heavy, your mind is foggy, your spirit feels quiet, you have this burden weight on the chest. So you delay, you scroll, you negotiate with yourself, and you call it procrastination. My father always told me, pray, my son, pray. I prayed a couple of times, and it felt like my soul took a shower after a long time. But let me tell you something, most people won't. That procrastination is not a time problem, it's not a motivation problem, it's a spiritual problem. And deep down, you already know this, because think about it. When was the last time procrastination showed up in your life? Not on your strongest days, not when your face was sharp, not when your prayers were alive. It shows up when your inner fire is weak. And that's not psychology, that's pattern recognition. For centuries, monks, warriors, and saints understood something modern culture forgot. When the spirit weakens, the body resists action. Low energy, shallow sleep, restlessness, frustration with no clear cause. There's not random symptoms, they are signals. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. When prayer becomes casual, discipline collapses. When ritual disappears, strength fades. When God is pushed to later, everything else follows. This is why procrastination feels heavy, because your soul is carrying weight without structure. Now, listen carefully. I'm not talking about quick prayers, whispered half asleep. I'm not talking about asking God for things. I'm talking about standing prayer, ritual prayer, intentional prayer, standing beside the icons, where generations before you stood, where men prayed before battle, where women prayed through famine, where faith survived empires. That place carries borrowed authority. You are not alone there. You are stepping into a line, and this is where the cure begins. When procrastination hits, not tomorrow, not later, immediately, you stand up. You don't negotiate with your mood. You don't wait to feel ready. You move, because movement breaks paralysis. You stand beside the icons. You straighten your back. You slow your breath. And then you pray out loud. Not pretty, not poetic. With weight, you intensify the words. You mean every sentence. You feel them in your chest, in your jaw, in your hands. Because emotion fuels alignment. This is not superstition. This is discipline with spiritual force. Here's what happens when you do this daily. Your sleep deepens, your morning sharpens, your frustration loses its grip. Not instantly, but consistently. And that's where most people fail. They want relief without ritual, strength without obedience, results without showing up. They quit before the transformation locks in. And that's why most people stay weak. But if you stay, if you pray when you don't feel like it, something changes. Your nervous system calms, your focus returns, your energy stabilizes, because procrastination feeds on chaos. Prayer restores order. Let me say this clearly. Every time you choose prayer over delay, you reclaim authority over yourself. That authority compounds, day after day, week after week, until the day you woke up. The heaviness is gone. You still have work, you still have pressure, but you no longer feel stuck. You move, not because life is easy, but because your spirit is aligned. Now, here's a part most people miss. This window doesn't stay open forever. Spiritual weakness compounds like the strength does. Ignore it long enough, and procrastination turns into regret. Regret turns into bitterness. Bitterness turns into life that never fully begins. That should scare the intestines out of you, because you don't get unlimited time to become who you were meant to be. Every delayed calling has a cost, but here's the good news, and this is reciprocity. If you give God your first response instead of your leftovers, you get something back that motivation can't give you. Clarity, strength, inner stillness. You stop fighting yourself, you become yourself. It's about becoming dangerous in the right way. Disciplined, grounded, unshakable. So the next time procrastination whispers, don't argue with it. Stand up, go to the icons, pray with weight, and watch that fade away. Because procrastination is a spiritual problem. And prayer, done with ritual, emotion, and consistency, is the cure. Time for action. If this hits something you've been feeling but could not name it, Don't ignore it. Tonight, don't scroll. Don't delay. Stand beside the icons. Just pray with weight. And if you want more teachings like this, no hype, no noise, only discipline and truth, subscribe. So not everyone is meant for this path, okay? But if you are, you'll know by feeling ick on low energy, feeling a pain for not being productive enough. This is a medicine every great ancestor used to do at least one time in a lifetime. They let the soul take by and pray as hard as they could. They let it out with every word they read while they were standing in front of icons. Now it's your turn. Take responsibility and act. By now, bye-bye.